Hi, this is Mark from L&M Small Engine. Today we're working on a Echo CS-352 chainsaw. It's one of them saws been sitting around for a couple, 2-3 years, and I'm sure we have to go through the whole thing, get it going, but hope you enjoy the video. Okay, we'll go ahead and take the top off of it. The first thing I always like to do on these things is check the spark plug. Make sure there's not aluminum filings on it, because there's aluminum filings on it that get scored. Just want to check and see how it's burning and everything. But I see this looks like a brand new spark plug, so someone's tried to get this thing going. So yeah, it's a new plug. So I'll just have to get the camera out and we'll look inside. These are kind of nice to have, and it's not an expensive one, but it's a little camera. We can see the piston, we see the cylinder wall side, make sure there ain't no scratches. There's a little bit of scratching by the exhaust port, but it don't look bad. Oh, there's some, but it don't look that bad. So first thing we'll do is we'll take the carburetor off. See how the diaphragms are in the carburetor. The air filter is brand new too. So. Get the throttle linkage unhooked here. The fuel line unhooked. I'm gonna kind of blow this off real quick, get all that dust stuff, sawdust off there, so they don't put it in the motor or anything. Okay, we'll lift up the lever for the choke. And there we go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean that up a little bit before I tear it apart. And more than likely we're gonna put a new carburetor kit in there. Go ahead and take this apart. This one's a Walbro carburetor. Them diaphragms are like, they're like leather. There's no flex in there at all. A little flex of the diaphragm. When they're stuck to the side like that, like taking a razor blade, just be careful you don't cut yourself. Okay. These seats seem to working good. And the screen's nice and clean, but I think we're gonna put a new screen and everything in there. So let me go find the carburetor kit for this. And we'll get it put together. Okay, we got the carburetor kit. So on this side here, we're gonna put the base gasket on first and the flipper side on next, so that will be against the carburetor itself. So they go in the holes. And turn your throttle a little bit so the idler screw don't hit it, so it plops right on there, right in the holes. And we'll go and tighten this side up. Okay, on this side here, you put the diaphragm on first. And that gasket, base gasket. Set the plate on there. And tighten them all up. Okay, the carburetor is done. So, I'm gonna check out the before I put a new filter in the tank. So there's not even a filter on there. To grab the fuel line out of these tanks, I like making a little tool out of this, like with a pair of wire. Make a little hook on it. The lines are all soft and mushy, so I was gonna replace the fuel lines. That's what happens when you use ethanol and stuff. It just turns all into mush. See, there's like a little plug in the bottom. Get out of there without ruining it. Yeah, that's just mush. And it breaks apart. Go grab some fuel line here. Okay, we got some fuel line. On these fuel line, like taking this pair of needle nose that I made like that, just stick in there a little bit, and just stretched out a little bit, so it slides over stuff a little bit easier. This is the one we're gonna stick in the tank to put the filter on with. We stick it in the grommet. Then there's that X, that's for the return line when you push the primer bulb. So it should look like that when we're done. We'll put some WD-40 on that and press it back in there, and we'll reach in there and grab that, stick it through the fuel cap and put the filter on it, and we'll go from there. A little WD-40 on that hole there. I kind of use two different lines when I get in there. So there with the 3/32 by 3/16. That's my fuel line. So that's just way, so I don't get them mixed up after I get this in here. Now we'll just press it in there. Just take your time and just slowly wedge it in there. Just like that. Okay, there's our fuel line. Well, I just pulled it out. Well, that wasn't very smart. Well, so they call me redo it marketing. No biggie. Okay. There we go. Just kind of wedge it in there. Okay. I want that to roam loose in there, so I'll give a little bit of slack. Spread this out a little bit. our fuel filter on there. Like that. Float in there so it will float on the bottom. We'll put gas in later. There we go. Okay. Now we can install the carburetor. So let's grab that choke. That goes on it like that. Throttle linkage, like so. Gotta rub these lines around so they don't block nothing. Run that. There's our fuel. Chop it off right there. Get it on here all the way. Okay, and on the front of the carburetor, we have another line to run. We can run that through the hole where the primer bulb goes, like so. So everything should be hooked up. So all we do now is go ahead and hook up the carburetor. I'll blow this off a little bit. And the linkage goes in that slot. Like that. So we'll get the screws lined up here. Tighten them up. Just go ahead and make sure everything's working. I'll go ahead and put that screw in there. And I'm just gonna throw a new primer. This one's kind of weak. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw a new primer bulb in there. Being as we've gotten this far with it, and I think oh no, that looks pretty good. Okay, I got my new primer bulb here. And there's two different size ends. The center one, when you squeeze it, it blows the air out. That's the one you want to go back into the tank. So we'll suck the gas in on the short side, run the gas through the carburetor, and when you squeeze that button, it pushes the gas. That's what primes the carburetor. So gotta kind of chop these off right here. Don't want to cut too much off, but then so we can push them back in there. If you do it wrong, you gotta start all over with all the fuel lines. So that long one, that's gonna be the return line. So grab the return line hose, put it on there, get it on there as far as it will go. And your other line, that sucks the gas through the carburetor. Put that on there. It only goes in there one way, so make sure you get it in there right so it clamps. Now we're gonna add the fuel and make sure it's circulating. And always make sure that fuel filter is gonna relax on the bottom. So our 2-cycle gas. Okay, now if we did everything right, to be able to watch the fuel go through all the lines. We did it right. So see how the gas gets sucked in there from the tank to the carburetor? And it's coming through into the primer ball. And getting sucked right back out, so everything looks good. So let's go ahead and put this on. Okay, get this top put on there. There should be a pinhole that goes in. Just go ahead and lock them up. Well, let's see if this bad boy starts. Yeah, got our choke out, our gas primed. On-off switch is on. Well, let's see what it can do here. Okay, it popped, so we're gonna go ahead and push choke in. Alright. Well, thanks for watching the video. Hope you might have learned something. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to message me on my YouTube page. Anyways, have a good afternoon. Thanks. Hi, this is Mark from L&M Small Engine. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. Thanks.